Good morning, everybody from sunny Spain. I have with me the new BMW R12. It's a R90 version. Just behind me over here, 17-inch front wheel and 17 on the back, spoked wheels, looking good, brushed aluminum parts, and the whole team is rearranged. Now it looks better. It has a new swing arm and a new shock on the rear. The bike, it's excellent in regards of details. I love the vibe of this twin-cylinder boxer engine, which brings me back to the air-cooled era. And overall, the bike is improved. It feels better. It's a Euro 5 machine, and today I'm going to test it for the first time. We also have some versions of the new cruiser from BMW, the R12, which has a 19-inch front wheel and looks quite good. We will have to talk with the experts, and I will come up with some conclusions after this day's ride. So finished riding with the new R12, R90, R12. So yeah,
R1290.
R1290. So this is the proper name that you guys should remember because they are beautiful bikes, new machines. They are actually not new, but revamped and reshaped, and we should talk more about it. So Karina, please, you're the product manager of these two bikes. You have so many things done to them. Let's start with the engine because I've seen that you have those covers that are different, and they're not an option; they come as standard.
So the covers you see there are indeed optional.
Okay, so that's the 719.
That's a 719.
Okay.
Well, maybe we can start.
Okay, let's go over there just for a second.
It's a bit of a problem because we have so many options. These are also 719 covers.
But this part only or the whole thing?
The whole thing.
The whole thing.
So this is black painted and this is a bicolor billet pack. So the ignition coil cover. And on this you can see it's silver painted and only just silver billet pack, silver
Sorry,
billet
I
pack.
need to check if it's 005. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, it's good. So there's lots of things that you guys changed, but let's start with the inside of the engine. I feel it a bit better.
Yes, so that's first of all totally nice to hear. The heart, the very base crankcase, the very base heart of this bike stayed the same. But we changed the cylinder head, we changed the covers as you recognize, and also the complete engine periphery. So the airbox, the air intake, the exhaust system, the complete surrounding of the engine. And this is also why it runs a bit smoother, a bit better, it has more torque at lower revs, and so it's a complete new engine setup.
And you made something to the gearbox because now it shifts better and you don't have that lock of the rear wheel when you're hitting like 2 down.
This all came together with the development of the quick shifter.
Okay, so just because of the quick shifter. The quick shifter doesn't come as standard.
No, it's optional.
So this is an option that you guys need to put on.
Absolutely.
Because
It's really
super impressive and it's smooth. Yeah, it reminds me of the first versions of the LC, the
1200
GS.
GS.
Yeah, and it works quite good. You have some fairings, you have lots of things that you can change, but I saw that the tanks have the same shape.
Yes.
These are the tanks that you guys put on the 90, and the tank for the R12 is a bit different. It's a bit wider than this one, I think.
Yeah, it has a bit different shape, so it's more narrow, it's a bit wider, and it doesn't have those tailed parts. It's more like drop shaped. You remember the old toaster tanks from the R/7?
Exactly.
And this was the muse for this tank shape of the R12. And this is just an aluminum tank like we had on the old R90. You can also see here the brushed aluminum on the side panels, which was very important to keep these genes alive. And for better ergonomics, we have these side shapes, really detailed and narrow.
Okay, so what about the riding position? Because I've seen you have some different handlebars. You have the drag bar, you have this cruiser handlebar that is fitted on the R12, and this one's that comes with the 90. Also different dashes. It's a huge job to configure a bike like this. So you
Yes.
have to stay tuned to that configurator on the website and do everything that you need to in order
Absolutely.
to shape the bike up.
So the fairy you can see here, it's an accessory part. You can also buy, but what comes classically with the bike are the round gauges. So maybe
Yeah, we have the
you can
round
show
gauge.
just here, because the whole internet is talking about the micro TFT, which is optional, but these are the gauges which come standard in this bike. And this is what we wanted to remain the classic and the clean and analog look. But for the people who want a little bit more connectivity and digitalization, we have the TFT.
So that one can be connected also with the cradle, with the phone, and you can do some mirroring on the phone.
No,
With it connected up.
So the connection to the phone is completely independent to the gauges. So you can take the round gauges, you can take the micro TFT, and it is not related with the connected ride control, which means you can you have a Bluetooth connection on the bike with your smartphone. You have here, not possible to show here, but you have this multi-controller, and with this you can.
Okay, so you actually need on this side the multi-controller, so you can switch in between stuff, just like you have it on the bigger versions, the GS and each other bike. You also get this special setup which looks pretty sporty, but from testing it today, I was afraid it will be sporty on those roads, B roads that we've experienced here in Andalusia. I'm happy to say that they are not. I'm happy to say that they are quite comfortable, and also while seeing the seat, I thought it was super hard. But it's not. It's super comfortable. And we had like half a day on the bike, and it was quite nice to ride. The overall package felt very good. So tell me, what should I know more about the bike? What are the secrets? Have you tuned something about the exhaust? Because it sounds different. It's Euro 5, but it sounds different.
Absolutely. So the exhaust is a completely new development. We have a front muffler and we have the rear muffler. We now don't have the exhaust flap anymore, so this could be removed. Also, the airbox was formerly here underneath the fuel tank. It was moved to underneath the seat bench. This is why we have those two covers here. The complete air intake system is new. We have here a little air bypass into the cylinder head to make the combustion a little bit better and a little bit smoother. And so the complete setup is new. And this is also why it sounds differently, because when you ride, you hear the sound from the airbox. And now you don't hear the sound from here anymore, but from underneath your seat bench. And this feels like it's coming a little bit more from the rear, and it's also more voluminous and more
so it offers a
bass
different
frequency.
experience.
Absolutely. So I totally like the sound. Do you?
Yeah, it's actually quite good from the throat. You know, it has some more bass to it and adds up to the experience definitely. Tell me about the string arm, because I've noticed something different over here. This part is changed. Also, the linkage for the rear shock is different.
It's completely changed. So the swing arm is a completely new construction. We still have the power lever strut, and the rear shock absorber is at the moment formerly on the R90. It was really new, so it was like this here.
Okay, so it was upright.
Upright, and it was really also
You were feeling the shock. You
kicking
never
into
ride
the spine.
it
Absolutely, yeah.
the scrambler.
It was really harsh, right? This was also in connection with the hard seat bench, and so the rear shock absorber is linked from here up to here, and it's like completely flat in the bike. So
That's like the modern options that you can get on the bike.
yeah. This is also why the hand
knob over
option,
there.
the knob is over there and not on the rear anymore.
So that's the pedal adjuster that you can
Yeah.
use. So super a lot of change. One seems like huge difference.
Absolutely.
For me, I rode it today and I always felt sporty enough to ride it at a higher pace on the side, and fun enough to go even on a small beats and on the high pace just to reach the have fun with it. But otherwise, it's a bike to have even for everyday use. Not because it's picturesque or looking good, because it has the whole package to deliver.
I'm so happy that you say it, because this is exactly what we wanted to achieve. So we have many options for many different personalities, but the base bike is really something for the heart and soul, and really Italian.
So no more looking for bikes that you can customize. You just take the R12 and even as a cruiser you can customize it to how you want. The 90 has the sportier look and sportier feel that you might search for. Otherwise, I always wanted to have a racer with upside down suspension and a package that will make it look really so, yeah, this is the bike to go for a coffee and every day in the office.
I think it's even your
Yeah. So my suit today was not properly addressed to the bike, but I managed. So thank you for watching. Let's talk a bit about the new R90, the new R12 R90, because I had such a blast today. It was so much fun on this piece. This engine is refined to the maximum. Now it has a quick shifter. The gear shifting, it's a lot easier to do, and it doesn't lock anymore the rear wheel when you go 2 gears down. The exhaust note is changed because it has a different manifold. The catalytic converter is underneath the bike, and with an Akrapovic exhaust, or even with a stock exhaust, it sounds a lot better than before. You've got a USB plug in the front. You can optionally get this dash over here, which is the 3-inch DFD. Also the analog clocks. You can go for lots of options. You can build it on your own. But the most important part is that the lengths are changed. You can get the brushed aluminum ones. You can get the R12, which is a cruiser with a different front inch wheel, a different wheel that has 19 inches instead of 17 like the 90. The airbox has changed the position. If you underneath your seat, the seat is comfortable enough for everyday use. And most important is the way the bike feels, the way it changes direction. Because we were going on twisties today. The brakes are super impressive. Still the Brembo's gear changes are more than beautiful right now. The vibe of the engine is less. The pulling to the right while rolling the throttle became a bit less. And overall the bike has improved so much. Now you can even get optional keyless ride, so that's very cool. The colors and everything you can choose up, and you will be amazed by the amount of options that BMW has to offer for these machines. I only had it for a couple of hours, but it was enough to find out that the bike is so much different from the 90, from the previous model. This engine has a lot to say. It looks better right now with this engine covers, valve covers, and overall the package is beautiful. Can't wait to test it some more back home, and we'll come up with more details. So don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this one. Cheers guys!